Hey everyone, this is Sloan from lamedad.tv. IGN and Bungie have released some new information about how Crucible is going to work in Destiny 2. So they've mainly told us about the control game mode at this point, and there's been some changes, some new things, so I'd like to run through those things for you guys. So first of all, as I'm sure you know, in Destiny 2, the game modes are no longer 6v6 in PvP, it's now 4v4. Mainly, the designers have said this is to slow down gameplay somewhat. So rather than having like kind of chaos, a lot of people, super abilities, you have grenades and all these things going off all the time. With 4v4, it's a little more manageable and becomes a little more strategic than 6v6, where, you die randomly a lot. There are things that are just completely outside your control that happen just as a result of having 6 other super powered players on the other team. So 4v4, main goal is to just be more tactical. So a lot of people have said this is going to really slow down the game. There's been a lot of complaints about the 4v4 thing. The one that I still think is pretty valid is that 6v6, it allowed raiding groups to play Crucible together, which is now no longer possible. But other than that, I think a lot of the concerns have been addressed with this update that IGN and Bungie have put out. That you can see there's some new footage where they talk about sort of the changes that they've made. So basically, in order to speed up this new 4v4 control game mode, there have been some changes to the way the control works. First of all, points no longer capture faster if multiple people are standing on them. What that means is that, if your whole team posts up on point A, it's going to turn to your side just as fast as if just one guy goes. So the actual control process you can see in IGN's video is faster. The actual process of taking control of a point is faster than it would be in Destiny 1 if you were just go by yourself and try to take a point, which obviously is necessary. I think it seems like they really tuned it to where it feels good the amount of time that you have to stand on the point to take it. It's enough that the other team can get to you and try to kill you, but it's not so long that, if they're on the other side of the map, they're going to get to you before you cap it. So I think it's a really good balance. And there's some other things they've done. They've made point A and C, they're now captured at the very beginning of the match. So you no longer have to stand on point A for 15 seconds at the beginning of the match. And, that really takes a lot of the slowness out of the beginning of a control match. I think that's awesome. A huge complaint with control in Destiny 1 is that every match starts the same way. Everybody goes to point A and C. You have the one guy from each team that runs to B, probably gets killed. One or the other of them is going to get killed, and then the other guy gets B. And then 10 seconds later, the other team has B, so that B line, which is what it's called in Destiny 1, was functionally useless. And so to have point A and C captured at the beginning, and the fact that only one person is needed to cap a point with the same efficiency as the entire team, you kind of have these tactical decisions at the beginning of the match. Like, okay, do we send one person out to their point and the rest of us try to take the middle, or do we defend, our point and send 2 guys out? Like, what do we do here? The fact that you only need one person to cap a point means that if you are capping a point with your team, one guy can be standing on the flag and then someone else can be on Overwatch and won't get killed by a Nova bomb if somebody drops a bomb on the point. So the whole thing of a super eradicating a whole team on a point is kind of a thing of the past, which I think is good. I think it makes the game a lot more strategic and tactical, makes a lot more interesting decisions for the players. That's definitely a good thing. The other thing about capturing is that there's no longer a 2-step capture, so you no longer have to take it down to neutral before you capture the point. It's just the cap bar moves from one side to the other, and then the point goes from the enemy's team to your side. So not only does that make capturing faster, but something that's really awesome about that is that after point B is initially captured at the beginning of the match, and all 3 points are in possession of one or the other team, there's this balance of power kind of thing that happens. So, if one team has 1 point, the other team definitely has 2 points. There's no one-on-one and the middle's neutral. There's none of that. So there's always this shifting power balance where, if in control, if you hold more points, your kills are worth more. So a team that can really play to the objective is totally going to succeed over a team that's really good at killing people, which is the point of objective-based gameplay. I think it's great. Something else they've done is added a power play mechanic where if you hold all 3 points, not only are your kills multiplied by 3, but you also get bonus points on top of that. Again, really focusing on that objective and incentivizing players to play to the objective rather than just trying to run up their KD ratio, which I think is awesome. That's one of the worst things about online multiplayer shooters. You have people who are like KD, 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 and it's not always about KD. It's about the objective in a lot of cases. Another thing, matches are now 8 minutes long instead of 10. Great change, because honestly, if you've had a control match go longer than 8 minutes, you're done with it. It's over. It's probably, you're either just trading kills and, trading points, and it's not really going anywhere. There's no momentum. I've never had a long control match that I've enjoyed. So I think that's an awesome change to shorten the matches. If you're having a match that's kind of a dud, you get that faster turnaround into the next match and potentially a more fun, more enjoyable match. So that's great. Last thing, the mercy rule is going to be enabled as it is now. I've only seen the mercy rule come up a few times. I think when I've played 6v6 with a full fire team of 6 against a full team of randoms, I've been able to be on the team that causes the mercy rule. I've also been on the team that's at the mercy, as it were, of the mercy rule. And when I've been on a team of randoms and we're against a fire team of 6. So I think it's a good thing for when, one team's really running up the score. But they did say they're going to tweak it in beta, so we'll see what that actually looks like. But I don't think that affects the vast majority of players, because most people are playing pickup games. You very rarely actually run into a fire team of 6 when playing Crucible. And since it's now 4v4, if you have a couple guys you're playing with, you have most of a team that's your friends and you're working together. So I don't think the mercy rule is going to be a huge deal. I'd like to see what they do with it and how they enact it. But other than that, I don't think that's a big announcement. So, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. We'll be covering the beta, which comes out July 18th in North America. And we're all going to be in the closed beta, myself, Simon, and David, bringing you the news from that. And so hit that subscribe button, like us, leave us a comment, dislike us if you didn't like it, whatever. Follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. But we'll see you soon.